random awards, or we will award more awards.
Randomly.
We will talk while awarding random awards. We will be right back.
Welcome back.
To movies, films, and flicks. And since I kicked this off with the awards, why don't you start our second half off with your fifth award?
Oh, the pressure. I hadn't even picked my next one yet.
You were counting on me to do it, huh?
I was going to sit here and look over my list and debate the merits of their randomness and reword some of them as I have done. But anyway, moving on. Most Perfect Family Ever Award.
What? Who's that?
And Over the Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so on this award, Over the Moon is delightful and wonderful, and we got the Over the Moon making of book, and I read the whole story behind it, and should I really say what it's about? It's about loss and moving on and grief and love, and it's just a beautiful story. And even just sort of thinking about the writer writing the story for her family after her death and helping them move on, it just makes you kind of want to tear up. But Most Perfect Family Ever Award. So it kicks us off with, I think you were sitting there and you go, this family is so perfect. What is going on here?
They all had cardigans and nice sweaters.
Oh, they were happy, and they're just this little montage at the beginning of the movie, and you are sort of thinking, that's just ridiculous and too good to be true. Except that it's not, because the mom is sick, and she very quickly passes away from, it looks like cancer or something like that, which is extremely sad, and then that gets us into a movie about love and loss and grief and moving on. And it is just magical, literally magical. There's a bunny best friend, and I just am obsessed with the bunny.
And they only released a few of these bunnies, and everyone bought them, and now they're selling them for $50 online.
Oh my gosh, right? So I think they were at Walmart.
And they sold out, and now they're like $100.
Yeah, there were like a handful of plushies for this movie, and everybody bought them, and then it's ridiculous.
I would look into the screenwriter of Over the Moon and how it was written. She's also wrote some other excellent films, too. So just look into the writer, read about the story.
Yeah, The Hate U Give, and...
Yeah. And just, it's good. It's a heartfelt, it's good, it's different, it's original. It won't win Best Picture or Best Animated Feature.
Definitely needs to. Let's discuss that for a moment.
Let's start the campaigin. But
I'm sorry, this is way better than Soul.
Oh, I like it.
We're gonna watch Wolf.
Yeah. Walkers?
Wolf Walkers. Haven't seen that one yet, so, TBD. But this is way better than Soul. The heart in this movie is just, there's a clear message. It's actually a great talking point for family members or children, I think, going through anything like that, especially in this year.
Yeah.
There's some excellent symbolism behind all of it. There's a fantastic ping pong scene. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the best stepbrother you could ask for.
Aw, he's just adorable. He is kind of annoying, but he's so cute because he just cares.
Best door ramming. How hard is that kid's
wall.
skull?
He can go through the wall. That's funny.
But no, watch it. I think people have slept on it. They haven't talked about it enough, but you should definitely watch Over the Moon.
I know. I feel like they should keep promoting this because, this is just such a good movie. So Audrey Wells, it was the screenwriter. She wrote Under the Tuscan Sun,
Hey.
The Hate U Give. Lots of stories about love and moving on.
Yeah, getting older, maturing, dealing with it. Oh, so good. Watch it. All right. This one's a lot different, Megan. But are you ready for it?
This is number 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Best Exploding Queen Sand Gobbler Award.
So stupid. I love it. I love this movie so much.
Love and Monsters, starring Dylan O'Brien, written by Michael Matthews, is $30 million. One of the best looking $30 million I've seen. David Cross, who contributes a lot, loves the movie.
The graphics are great.
It's just about a really, really nice guy named Joel traveling 80 miles to go meet the really, really nice Amy, while he meets the really, really nice Michael Rooker and Ariana Greenblatt, Minnow, and Clyde. And then he leaves his really, really nice bunker mates.
And the state of the world is that we've had some sort of near-miss disaster, and now we're in a sort of toxic monster wasteland.
Yeah, chemical fallout causes all cold-blooded animals to mutate into large monsters.
Woof.
And so everyone's basically dead.
Oh, and a really nice robot.
Oh, yeah. To travel is basically to die. Everyone lives in their bunkers, basically waiting to die, or just fighting every day for survival.
And no, this is not an allegory for the pandemic, because it was written years before then.
Yeah, it was supposed to be made in 2012. But also, I mean, this movie, Dylan O'Brien, he's back from the, he's a great runner, right? Back from the Maze Runner trilogy, which we loved.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, he pulls it off. He's likable.
Oh, he's so funny.
He's just, some of these movies where these kids, you're going, why am I watching these kids?
His voiceovers are quite charming and entertaining.
You like him. You're on his side. He's not like a little entitled brat. Like, he's just a good kid.
Well, and the people in it aren't really jerks either. It's not like some of these sort of post-apocalyptic people are jerks and they're only out for themselves. These people have banded together and they care about each other. I mean, there's a group because you have to have a villain, but most of the people in these colonies are nice. They care about each other. They've created their own families because a lot of them, their family members were smashed by monsters or eaten or attacked by giant roach ant things.
Smashed then eaten, or eaten then smashed.
Yeah, just all of it.
All of it. But yeah, I think he's just a likable character. You like where he's going. You like the people involved. It's very refreshing. You don't get the...
He meets a dog.
In the future, the world is overrun and there's no water. And zombies chew on all our bits.
And we're all miserable and sullen and we look like models.
And this one, he's just saying, I've been stuck under a bunker for 7 years and I really like this lady. I want to go visit her. It's just a nice...
Everybody else is falling in love and I want a girlfriend too.
Yeah, it's you get it, you like it, and it's just a good story. But there's a scene, there's been a lot of grenade usage in 2020. Bloodshot. Fantasy Island. Extraction. Bad Boys for Life. I have a whole list.
Tenet.
I have a massive list of grenades somewhere, and we talked about it in the mid-year random awards. There was that many grenades back then, but he's being it's in the trailer where he's being traced by a queen sand gobbler, and he runs, throws a grenade into the sand gobbler's mouth, and then the sand gobbler explodes while he's diving into the water. And then Joel goes, "I'm like Tom Cruise." They both run a lot on screen. So
that's true.
It's a good grenade, best grenade bit of 2020, because it's not... Fantasy Island has a subplot about a grenade.
Oh my gosh, Fantasy Island is just bonkers.
But yeah, this one's the best bit, and it has the best Queen Sand Gobbler explosion.
I mean, all the monsters just look really good. There's some really tense moments, but they just look extremely, crisp and clean. Well, I think just the graphics quality is very high. They don't look sort of pasted in there.
It's, you know what I miss too? I miss $30 million movies like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Give me more of these.
Yeah, we don't need $200 million movies all the time.
Give me sand gobblers getting blown up by nice kids. All right.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
What's your sixth pick?
Okay, I'm going to go with best road trip with a hamster.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Fat Man.
Because it's Walty Goggins.
Because it's Walton Goggins, and we just love him.
Okay, you're sitting there. You're on the couch. You're a fan of Justified. You're a fan of The Unicorn. You're a fan of Hateful Eight.
You're flipping through the options to stream something tonight.
You watch Predators because of Walty Goggins. And you see a trailer for a movie about Walty Goggins as a very trim and svelte hitman.
Always the trimmest. Going
to kill Santa because Santa gave a lump of coal to a mafioso kid. Evil kid.
Yeah.
Do you want to... And then what's the road trip like?
The road trip is great. He has his hamster from his immaculate apartment, and he takes it with him because obviously he's got to go on a job. It's going to be gone for a while, and the hamster can't take care of itself.
No.
He stops at a pet store at one point in which a know-it-all woman tries to tell him what he needs to do and what kind of pet supplies he needs to buy, and he essentially tells her to shut up, which is amazing. And, he's just... Listen, this wasn't a perfect movie. The idea itself is so much more fun than the execution ends up being, but there's definitely some really great moments. There's great moments with the elves and the military guys. Santa is just sort of, he really is tough and tired looking, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Santa's wife is badass. Mm-hmm. Walton Goggins, I mean, he goes for it.
So they show it in the trailer. The blood in this movie.
There's some serious blood. Well, you got it. If there's snow, it shows up really weird.
Ooh, dead snow. It's a very dour film.
It's very not
cynical.
As funny as you would think it's going to be.
It does some neat world building, but I just love that in the middle of the movie. I think we loved it, where he just makes a little wheel for the hamster. Mm-hmm. And what's the best part? What's the best part about the hamster? They save it at the end.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. I can cut. No, I'm not going to cut that out. They saved the hamster. The hamster's good. I'm not saying who saves the hamster.
You heard it from Mark, not me.
But the hamster does not die. How's that?
I think that's a good way to put it, yeah.
It's so nice.
The hamster lives, which is great.
I'm so glad you picked that. Walty Gaggies. If I saw him at a bar, I'd buy him some Elburn Tea Lee.
I just liked that he drives through the Canadian border with his hamster in his car.
Yeah.
In his big, what was
muscle
he driving?
car.
Yeah, a Cadillac.
Yeah, just a big old muscle car cruising around.
Big old car, hamster in the front, just doing it.
Murderer. He kills people.
Oh, I mean, legit.
Horrible man. Good planning.
Is it Fat Man versus Skinny Man?
Whoa. It's interesting.
Although, Mel Gibson's not really fat in
He's
this.
like a burly man.
I think it's more of a name.
Yeah, it's a fat man.
Because he's the fat man with the bag and all that Santa stuff.
Punching that scene where Mel Gibson's punching the punching bag.
Oh, yeah.
I felt bad for it. That could have been Walty. All right. So, am I on my... What am I on? 7?
I think you're 6 now.
6. I'm on my 6.
Because I started this.
Okay. Best Grandma Award. And that goes to a movie that needs more love, even though it has a 100% tomato meter score. It's Minari.
Wow.
Yep. Directed by Lee Isaac Chung. Excellent, 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 excellent movie. And what I love most is Hyun Ha Jung plays Soonja, the mother of Monica, who's married to Stephen Hyun's of Walking Dead, Jacob. And so but when she moves out there, so she moves in from Korea to help watch over the family because they started a farm in Arkansas while working as chicken sorters. So they're busy. Someone needs to watch their good kids. I love their kids. But what I love most is when we watched Minari, the opening introduction was by the little guy, the kid. Mm-hmm. And so he introduced the film, which was really fun. And what follows is like David. I love the relationship between David and Grandma, where Grandma drinks and she watches wrestling and she just says to rub mud on stuff. She doesn't care about cooking. And so David's like, you're not my grandma. Like, you're not what grandmas do. Grandmas don't do this. And I just love, she's going to be nominated for an Oscar. She's legit there.
Yeah, that would be great.
I mean, I would love it if, I think it's going to be her, Amanda Seyfried, running for Best Supporting Actress, unless something happens. But she's just so good in this movie. And there's a scene where she's with David and she has planted her Minari. It's growing by this creek. Oh,
the Minari Creek.
Yeah, Minari Creek. And David sees a snake and he starts throwing rocks at it.
Oh, yeah, I was going to mention that.
And she stops him and...
Yeah, because it would be better to look at the snake than have it run away.
You know where it is.
Yeah.
And it's this neat... And it's just... She's so good. Like, you never see that coming. I've never seen a grandma like that. Mm-hmm. She wants the mountain water, the Mountain Dew. And just watches wrestling. And it makes just such a good performance. And it's a movie that I think a lot of other films are rightly getting their push, their due. But this one's getting a little left behind. And I think it's better than 80% of those movies that are
this is
leading
way
the
better.
pack. It's a God, I love this movie. So yeah, I had to do Best Grandma from Minari.
It was just a really nice story with good characters. It was interesting to watch. It didn't lose your attention span. You didn't feel like someone was pushing some agenda on you while you're watching it. It's just interesting. And I think that for me is what makes really good films. If I can sit there and be interested in the story and what's happening to the people in it.
It's good. It's about people growing up in Arkansas trying to make a farm work. Mm-hmm. I don't think it has it doesn't have much disdain for the rural communities. It's like it reminds me of a Jeff Nichols type film where he shoots in the Midwest, and as opposed to shooting people like they're complete idiots, like oh dang banjo, you treat
what
they treat these people with sensibility, like they're sensible. They don't see much of the world, so the questions they do ask are very ignorant at times. And the questions that children do ask, so they should have been taught better. But I don't think they're coming from malice; they're just coming from
lack of exposure.
Yeah, and it's not good. I'm not condoning that, but it
was also a different time. And
it's just not. It's not. It's just it respects everyone, and it tells the truth, and it's really well shot. And I love Grandma. She's the best. I want to drink Mountain Dew with her.
Ugh.
All right.
You're on your own.
What's your 7th pick?
Oh man, this is getting tough.